Hello, it's Simone. Guess what? We are catching up on swatching inks. This is a set of 7 inks that I have received from my friend Casey. Maybe she knows that I'm swatching in bouts of 7, and so she sent me 7 samples. If that is the case, Casey, can you leave a comment down below and let me know? But these were sent maybe in January or February of 2024. So I'm all done swatching inks from 2023. Yay me. And even though you might not see this video for quite a while, we are on April 18th. So this is very close, very timely manner. I have 10 samples in my box down here, but I only have 2 swatch cards made left. So before I continue swatching and filming, or maybe not filming, because what if I just want to get it done? I still need to make some swatch cards first, and then I am all through with the swatching. That's why I'm very tempted to just keep doing this. In the other video, I said my puppy is getting up and I need to stop. I needed to stop anyway because the video was getting long. But that was not the case. He just turned around and settled and fell asleep. So I decided, you know what? Let's just move on and continue swatching and filming. Because why not? I'm always so obsessive with all the things. So it's no wonder that I'm obsessive with this. I try to not do this too often, to film these videos, because even though I sound relaxed and I feel relaxed, my neck isn't that relaxed. And so I definitely notice that at the end of the swatching session when I'm filming multiple videos, how tense everything is. And so I'm trying to not do these monster swatching sessions. Here is the set of 7 inks that Casey sent me. The 3 that I'm swatching first are inks that we talked about in my Discord channel, because maybe they were shown on videos. I will tell you all about it. And then she also sent me quite a few of the Birmingham Penco inks. And the interesting thing is that every time she sends me those, there's at least one that leaks. And I think this time it was Sugar Kelp, but that is so weird. So, Scribo Grigio Scribo. This we talked about. I think it is the favorite ink of my friend Nikki. And Casey just seemed to have a bottle and was so kind to send me a sample. Then Diamine Cherry Sunburst was shared by Leanne from Leanne Likes in one of her swatching videos. And we all were like, oh my God, what amazing ink is this? We need it. And Casey said she had a bottle. She would send me a sample. And then Diamine Salamander, I think this is one of those inks that we also talked about. I know that Shauna from Serial Nana likes this ink a lot, I believe. I don't really know. What do I know? Nothing. And then Birmingham Penco, because their bottles are so large and it's so easy to send samples to friends so that you use them up a bit. I have talked about the Discord server in this video and in other videos probably. If you are interested in joining, there is no, you don't have to fulfill any criteria to become a member. The only thing you need to do is reach out to me via email or via Instagram direct messaging. My email is simone@gmail.com. That's the easiest way. It's the same as my channel name. So that's how you can contact me, and I'll send you an invite link. I just am not posting the link in any of the social media platforms because I want to keep the growing slow. That's the only reason why I do this. So it's not a barrier of entry in the sense of that I select people. I invite everyone who asks for a link. I just want to keep the growing slow. Now that that is said, and it's not a maker Discord, there happen to be quite a few YouTubers now because we just made them make YouTube videos. And so that's why this feels like a super dry ink. And I understand why people love this ink. This is lovely, totally. Yeah, I'm curious, is this a dry ink or am I just not getting it? But it's lovely. Do you hear this? I love this. Yes, I can see why this is a fan favorite. What am I doing next? I am doing this. Also, when you film multiple swatching videos in one go, you run out of things to say. Oh, I can totally talk about something. Is it Scribo Grigio Scribo, or is that not right? Well, I'll just copy it the way it's written on the sample. I posted a swatching video yesterday. So today is April 18th. I think I mentioned that before, just in case this is posted really late in the early summer. I don't know. I don't know when. I will figure it out when I get there. And I swatched a lot of Birmingham Penco inks. And when I shared that image on not Discord, I don't share those images on Discord, on Instagram, I said something quite provocative, which is that I find their inconsistency from batch to batch, well, appalling is a little harsh. Oh, what do I need this for anymore? Nothing. Not cool. But it concerns me in the sense of that if someone sends me a sample, for instance, boysenberry, I think that actually happened to, this is not boysenberry, no, dewberry. I think it happened with boysenberry. My friend Amy let me take a sample of boysenberry, and then Casey sent me another sample of boysenberry, and they looked completely different. So, I mean, usually they don't sell samples, but there's lots of people who share samples among each other, as this is how I got to all of those. And I find that concerning, and the reason why I find that concerning is that I then purchase something that I don't really know what it looks like. I don't know if the image of the ink in the product description is what I'm getting. Is it similar? Is it not similar? I remember that my friend Jana, she sent me a mystery ink because they sent her an ink that was supposed to be ceramic kiln, I believe. And it was not anything like the ink that she had expected. So she reached out to them and they sent her another bottle, and that was the ink that she had expected, but they didn't tell her what ink it was. So it's not really, why was that ink labeled ceramic kiln? Cherry Sunburst. That's a weird name because cherries and sunburst. So I put out there that I don't really trust purchasing ink bottles from them. And yes, I know that their inks are affordable, and I also know that most of their inks flow really well in all the fountain pens. So that is definitely a bonus. And if you don't really mind if your ink looks not exactly like the image, then that's cool too. I think that's okay. And I also am not at all opposed to supporting a small business, maybe even local business. I love that they make this. It's not that I'm anti anything. I just find it, I personally find it really hard to then even spend, if the bottles are quite affordable, spend that money on something that I don't really know what I'm getting, and if I'm getting what I hope to be getting. And I remember just last year, Andoryllium, or the year before, was featured in one of the ink journal ink flight boxes, and to me at least it felt like they weren't treated with the same amount of grace as Birmingham Pen Co. is treated. And that's totally okay. I don't think that's okay, because Andoryllium is, to my knowledge, Andoryllium is basically the same type of mom and pop shop as Birmingham Pen Co. I haven't done the research. I'm just telling you what I have gathered from other people's posts and talking about them. If I'm not mistaken, then Birmingham Pen Co. is two brothers who have developed these inks in their spare time. I don't think this is their full-time job. And they basically do this on the side. This is what has been told to me is the reason why they don't sell samples. It is also the reason why their wait time for inks is sometimes horribly long. So it takes several weeks until your order actually ships out. And in the back of my mind, I believe also that their mother is helping them. Maybe she's the shipper. I don't know. So maybe they cook inks. That reminds me of Breaking Bad. So maybe they make inks once a month or so, get together, make inks, and then mom is responsible for shipping. I don't know. This sounds like a feasible thing. Salamander. Oh my God. Can't write and talk. So that's Birmingham Pen Co. Then we have Andoryllium, which is a science teacher who brought this all to life. And I think some of his siblings, definitely the mom, if I'm not mistaken, is going to pen shows and selling those at their table. And so this also is a small business, but one of their inks, bunting blue, cellulose indigo bunting blue, was completely different. And I think I shared it. I need to write this down. Maybe I can share it in. Oh, wow. I mean, they do have some amazing colors. And I don't think I have seen, like, out there, weird color combinations. When you rinse your brush or whatever, item you use for swatching. When you rinse it in water, you get those electric colors. So that is definitely something that's super fascinating with Birmingham inks. I need to write that down so I can link it in the video. Casey Bunting Glue. Let's see if I can remember what this means. Okay, so let me write the ink name down. BPC Sugar Kelp. Oh no! Oh no! This also very much looks like baby poop to me. And I know that there's some people who are in camp baby poop, but I am not so sure that I am. Maybe I was for a quick moment, but not anymore. So where was I? It felt like it wasn't received as, you know, forgiving as Birmingham Pen Co. is treated, which I appreciate that we do this. I think we should be more forgiving in general, but then we should do this all over the whole, you know, the whole thing, not just one.
Chili dog. Chili dog. Good boy.
And how many do I still have to swatch? 3. Birmingham Pen Co. Pincushion Moss. Now, I don't really know why it says Everlasting Riverview Park Pincushion Moss. Maybe that's the Pincushion Moss comes from Riverview Park. So, yeah, that's my stance on Birmingham Pen Co. and Anderillium, and I absolutely understand. So I posted that provocative statement on Instagram, and there were quite a few people who said that they loved Birmingham Pen Co. And I totally understand. I think that's awesome that people are supportive of Birmingham Pen Co. and that they are having a fan base out there and that people are so happy with all of the inks. Maybe this is just an issue that is in my own brain because as you can see, I have gotten so many Birmingham Pen Co. samples in the past year that obviously if I was to go hunting for this specific ink, then maybe it would be a disappointment, but oh my gosh, this is super wet. I don't know if I like this. So I always call for wet inks, but I feel like sometimes they overdo it. BPC Pincushion Moss. So I don't condemn anyone who's ordering from them. I don't know if I will, not because of their shipping times or their inconsistency, just because I have so many inks. That's a real problem, my friends. And also because of their bottle size. They're humongous bottles, and I don't know. Birmingham Pen Co. Dewberry is the next one. And then I really have to rush because I think someone is a little hungry now. There's someone who is sitting. Can you hear him? Oh, this is a lovely purple. Purple, gray purple, something. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Maybe I'm totally mistaken and Aurelium and Birmingham Panko aren't the same-ish type of business endeavor. Hey! Yeah, man. Not cool. Let's finish this and then I can move on with my life. Okay, so this ink color is called Dewberry, I think. I don't even have to look. I know it. Oh my gosh, what happened? Can you see this? No, you cannot. What an awesome video this is. Oh my god, this is maybe like this. Alrighty, let's put this down here, a little higher, and all the way high. BPC Dewberry. Yeah, this is definitely wet. And I thought I liked it, but it looks really gray on here. I mean, that's probably what it's supposed to be, because dewberry, I don't even know. Is this a berry that actually exists, or is this just a way of putting... Like, when you notice that you don't know what you're talking about, then you should stop. So this is an everlasting ink, and I think my friend Casey actually said that many of these everlasting inks, this is also everlasting, are very wet and that they're really hard to control. This would totally, like, the fact that both of those are everlasting and that they're so broad and so wet would speak to that. Or what is the word that I'm looking for? What is the phrase? Would support that statement. There we go. And then this one is everlasting as well. Interstate 376 Black Ice. And I guess, oh, it's probably a really dark blue or a teal. We'll see. This, what does it remind me? I just swatched an ink that looked very similar. We can look back. Dot, dot, dot. Troop. As you can see, the longer I swatch, the more swatch videos I do, the less straight are the things. So what I wonder is, here comes the wondering, do they add basically white lightning to the ink? Because that's actually how these feel to me. I overdosed on white lightning the first time I used it, and now I'm a little scared. Interstate. But the effect that I had with my ink, 367 or 376? 376 Black Ice, was very similar to what I'm experiencing with these inks here, is that they spread so wide, they're uncontrollable, but they also, not really feather, but they look different than what inks usually look like. I can't even really describe it. Like these dots in there. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Is that maybe something that to make them everlasting that makes this? I'm just going to write Black Ice. I like the color in theory, but I don't think I would want to use this, even though I do have a couple of pens that are quite dry. Well, actually, Let me think really quickly. The only pen that I have that is a dry writing pen is my Platinum 3776 Shape of Heart medium nib. And I do actually have a Birmingham Pen Co. ink in here that performs really well in that pen. So there goes that. But yeah, I mean, I swatched, I'm pulling this to the side so I can flip forward, but I do want to close that ink vial here. I swatched another ink earlier that this reminds me of. Well, a little bit Sumaura Seaside Blue, but what I'm actually looking for is this one. So Octopus Write and Draw Gray Fox in the swatch look very similar. So let me see if I can find the swatch card. Sketch Ink Frida does not, but Octopus Write and Draw, I feel like they are very similar. They have a similar green undertone. This one has, but see, there's this dottiness which is missing here, and I feel like this goes for here as well. So if I look at Sugar Kelp, this looks like it has clear lines, but this is just spreading out, and then the ink has a different feel to it altogether. And that is exactly what I got when I used White Lightning in it. Maybe I'm onto something, maybe I'm not. We will not, probably never find out, and that's okay. Let me know your experiences with Birmingham Pen Co. Please know that I'm not... I wanted to ask this question and see if I'm alone, and it seemed like I was alone. Which I'm actually pretty glad for Birmingham Pen Co. because that means that they will have supporters for a long time, and they make some fun and fantastic inks, so they definitely deserve the support. This salamander looks weird too, this swatch, to be honest. I really like Cherry Sunburst. I mean, no surprise, I requested that ink. The Scribo Grigio, I felt it felt really light, dry, but I'm very curious to see how that performs in a pen. The Sugar Kelp wasn't as interesting as it is now after it is dry, with these bright neon green sheen to it. But again, I only have like so much. Maybe I'll just try it for a little. But I think all three of those I will pass along. And somebody else will be able to enjoy those. So I really appreciate you watching. I really appreciate you listening to what I have to say. And I also really appreciate you leaving kind comments, but I do appreciate hearing your opinions on those. But still, just remember to stay kind, which I actually don't really have a problem with. So please don't stress about that. Thank you so much again. I will see you in another video soon. Until then, bye.